Hey, what up, nerds? Hello, hello, hello. How's it going?
Hello.
Happy Saturday.
How's it going?
Chess, good luck with that thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
It passes soon.
We are gonna make the video game. That's what we do.
But first,
You know?
I'm having a biscuit.
You're having a biscuit. And this time, I'm going to remember to not loop the same exact song for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna skip it. Enough of that. This one is not my favorite. There we go. Let's get into it. I did a teeny bit more work on the city, on the van animation. There's an outstanding bug there that I need to resolve, which is at the very start of the level. You can hear the car for a split second, and then it goes quiet, and then it fades in. I'm not sure why. But anyways, I added the tire tracks. So now there's tire tracks with the animation.
I think that made such a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks really awesome.
And there was something else. Oh yeah, I added the zooming to the camera. So now it starts zoomed out and then slowly zooms in, and then you're in.
Nice.
But you can see a bit more of the road. Which, means we have to make sure all this area looks okay. It doesn't need to have a lot of detail, but
Oh. Hold on.
looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Might add more layers eventually, but I'll wait until we have the proper van model that Selene is working on to continue that one. But we have the VFX, we have the sound, figured out how I'm going to animate it, so like all the quote-unquote systems are there. So we can do the final round of polish after we have the intended model.
Yeah.
So much progress. Thank you, Chess. Yeah. We've been working on this for a few days now. Every day, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today I'm going to pause on that. And I'm going back to the lab, really.
Whoa.
Granted, this is not necessarily a trailer feature. So maybe I shouldn't be working on it right now. But I'm going to do it anyway. So, that. Love the visuals. Thank you, Pawn. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, what I was going to do now was save out the body of the van that I made yesterday, and I was gonna throw a rough color on it, and then you can just place just the body in the game, and then let me know if you're happy with the color, and if you are, then
Just the body, meaning
like
no texture or no wheels.
no, like no nothing, like just the body of
Right.
the
Got it.
of the thing.
Okay. Yeah. Missed tons of streams, mostly because I'm asleep. That is very fair.
That's so
Very
valid.
fair. Sleep is good. So,
Understandable.
yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to creating 1-tile doors, which Selene did for us before the stream. Plug these gaps. And then I'm going to improve the doors so that if there's no power, like the very first time you come into the lab, there's no power, and there's going to be a tutorial and stuff eventually, but the only action that you can take is fix up the lab to fix up the generator so that you can power up the lab. So all of the doors will be closed and funneling you to where you're supposed to go. So yeah, I'm working on that. Super Poverty Man, hello. I made tic-tac-toe, but you roll a dice with your turn, and you can take the space. You can take the space, play the card game, war for the space, lose turn, roll again for space, high number wins, carpet bomb the other player, wipe them from the board, or nuke the board wipe.
That sounds like a lot.
I'm extremely curious to see this in action. So if you ever put it up on itch or something, that sounds very cool. That sounds very cool.
Nice.
Okay, so where do I start? I think I start by making the 1-tile door and placing them. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. Like this. I clearly have some bugs on my lab setup, which is annoying.
Oh no! No!
I have a web version in Phaser. Nice. Links are disabled in chat, but if there's a name to the game that I could search for, or if you want to post it on our Discord, I'd love to check it out. Just gonna delete these things for now.
David, good morning. How are you?
How's it going, David? What's wrong?
There's a hole in my mesh. What else? What else could be wrong? And I thought I did it so cleanly. I was like, yes, this is triangulated. This is fine. But then there's always something. Always something, isn't there? Mm-hmm. Frickin' frick.
Okay, so we have double doors.
Dumbledore?
The wizard, yeah.
Sorry.
So now we need just a door.
Yeah.
Just a door. Which we do have a door component. That's cool that Past Me was smart enough to do that. Meaning the logic for a door is contained in this. So I shouldn't be copy pasting anything. Really. Good. Steph.
Hello.
How's it going? Thank you for the raid.
First read.
Welcome in. Hope you had a nice stream. I'm not sure I even knew you streamed. Is that first stream as well?
First stream sounds like, yeah.
Yeah. Drop you a follow. If I haven't already. Yo, nice. Get to see Steph's game live in action. Third stream, nice. I hope it went well. Highest Pride, welcome in. Rodrigo, welcome in. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
It's not live yet, but I'm calling it Battle XO. Nice. Nice. Brought friends. Nice. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. We're just starting. The doors too, so it's kind of scary, to be honest. I'm scared of doors. They keep saying doors is, game dev's worst nightmare. And I believe it. I do believe it. In truth, I timed my stream so I could raid you when you went online.
Nice.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
What was the task for today? And how did it go? It's live on... EOCities.org. Huh? The hell of a URL there.
We got a little question here.
Nice.
Is there a specific reason why you chose Godot rather than
farts and I can't out loud.
Oh my God! Sorry. Payne, welcome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Is there a specific reason why you chose Godot rather than Unity or Unreal?
Welcome in, Inda. It was really trial and error, I guess. We started with Game Maker. Used that for 3-4 months. But then started running into issues with maintaining a larger code base as well as doing UI was really cumbersome with Game Maker, I found. So bounced off of that, tried Unity for about a week, and it just didn't click. I kept running into roadblocks and not being able to get over them quickly enough to not affect my motivation. So after a week, I dropped Unity, and then eventually, I'm sure many of you can relate. I was just watching videos on game engines for a month and not actually doing anything, just watching other people talk about game engines. And that's when I found Godot. Watched a couple tutorials, jumped into it, and honestly never looked back. It just started clicking. The node system, the scene system, signals, everything clicked for me, and I felt like I was becoming comfortable with the engine quite quickly. So yeah, obviously that's very personal to me. It clicked with me, might not click with someone else. But yeah, it just felt good to use, so I kept using it.
And Steph, thank you so much for your
fixing my track system, as it's been for every day, but today we got tracks in the world. Nice. Hopefully this doesn't break everything, but yeah. I'm going to import the door that Selene made earlier today. Game assets, visual, environment. I never know where I'm going. Props lab. Nope.
Doors.
Single door gulp.
Mm-hmm.
Need a little bit of a thinking break. Yeah, I get that. How are you doing? Pretty good. Chill morning. We had a nice breakfast.
Yeah.
And we just been chilling, playing some video games, watching some YouTubes, doing the dishes, you know?
Classics.
That was in order of fun.
In order of fun. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Living on the edge.
Thank you for the follow. Okay, third time's the charm.
Okay.
I hate you.
Need a standard material, which is going to be the lab single door material. Gonna use this albedo. I'm gonna drop the specular. Now in here, we're going to...
Okay, but this time, it's not gonna be broke.
Import done. Okay.
Interesting. Might have to look at Godot too, but for me, the selling point was C# since I've programmed in Java and similar.
Yeah, I've never interacted with C# or Java. So, I mean, I feel like the issue that I ran into with Unity wasn't C#. It was more like the actual editor and how things were organized. I don't know, for some reason, maybe it was just my mood at the time. Who knows? It just didn't click. I don't think it was the coding specifically. But yeah, obviously if you're comfortable with C# or you know, if it's similar to what worked with before, then I get it. I think engines are very personal. Some people will like some other people will like another one. Like that doesn't mean that one is better or the other one's worse. Yeah, whatever clicks for you. I feel like all of them are capable enough to do what you know, a small indie team or solo dev would want to do. All of the engines would be perfectly capable. So you should go with the one that you have fun with. You know, there are considerations beyond that. You know, you want to like make games for consoles. Maybe Godot can do it, but it's a bit harder to do that, right? So you might want to go with Unity or Unreal for that. So it also depends on your priorities. If you want to do hyper realistic models and textures and lighting, maybe Unreal is better. If you want to do 2D pixel art, you could go with something else. But at least for me personally, my top priority is, it really is having fun and being comfortable with the engine, because the ultimate raid boss for me is motivation. If I'm not having fun, if I'm getting stuck too often, my motivation is going to go down and I'm not going to work on the project enough to actually make a thing and finish a thing. So my priority is motivation, having a good time making video games. And Godot has been that for me. I never understood the tools war that is in some corners of the indie space. Yeah. Some people... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe something that's born out of maybe it's like it's not you, it's them, you know? It's like some sort of insecurity that they have, so that they feel like they need to defend the thing that they are using to what's the word?
Validate the choice?
Yeah, to validate the choice of using it. Like, especially with Unity, where there was that whole controversy with the charging per download or whatever it was, you know, the big thing that happened. I feel like after that, Unity developers became more defensive about Unity. It's like they like Unity, they want to keep using it, so they feel like they need to defend it. I don't know. Or advocate for it. I don't know. I want to play League so bad, but I don't feel like playing any game.
Yeah, I get that.
You feel like playing League, but you don't feel like playing League? Is that what you mean? Okay, we need a door component. Cannot instantiate door. Huh? Oh, I instantiated the wrong thing. Got it.
Okay, 4th time is the charm.
Okay, we need...
They made a lot of indies switch to Godot and Unreal. Yeah, like I've also just in general heard that there's been a lot of people gravitating towards Godot lately.
Okay, we have a door. Now I will import this door. Okay. And
oh my god, please just freaking work. Oh my god, finally. Okay. Well,
scientific about this.
I fixed my thing. I can finally get on with my life.
Okay. Door.
Isn't that fun?
The thing's working is fun. Or the door is fun.
The door is fun.
It is, yeah. I like it.
But yes, I fixed my model. There was overlapping edges. I guess from when I was like deleting and making the cutout, there was like 2 lines on top of each other, and
Made a lot of in the switch to Godot Unreal. I'm not sure why though. Yeah, it's a weird one, right? Because what they did in practice wouldn't have affected most people, right? Especially indies, which were the loudest voice that were against that change that they did with the downloads thing. That change was mostly targeted to free-to-play Unity games that are raking in millions on a daily basis, right? That's what they were meant to affect. But the indies were really loud in their response, saying that they didn't like it. So that in itself was kind of strange. But I think it was mostly a principle thing. Even if it didn't affect them in principle, it felt like a greedy action. And every indie dreams of having a viral hit. Even if most of them will never get it, that's the dream. And that change affects that dream right? So that's why it felt so bad.
What am I using for modeling? I use Blender for modeling, and because for this game we're going with hand textured look for everything, I'm using Procreate to make all of the textures. So what I do is in Blender, I export the OBJ file, drop it into Procreate, texture it, then I export the texture map, send it to myself, and then I put that back into Blender, and then I export as a dot. Is it GLB? We call it Gulba. The Gulba file for Godot.
You know, the Gulba.
Yeah. Quick question for everybody. Vibes. What color van would the dog have? Dog had
color.
This vibe for.
I think it needs to be a relatively neutral color.
Black or yellow?
Black, I don't think so. I think that'll be a little bit too contrasting with everything else. I think either it's white, but obviously there's a lot of stuff going on top of the white, whether it's rust or, you know, graffiti or whatever.
Silver.
Or, yeah, like a silver or a very light blue or a very light yellow.
Like this kind of base color. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the Prime.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that could work.
Like the base, and then
yeah, obviously the you know, all the outlines and stuff will make it look way different. Tough. What about a light yellow? Very, very light yellow. Or beige or something. I feel like a neutral color like that is gonna work best, personally. Because it's like, you know, kind of like an empty canvas then that you can now put all sorts of stuff on. Maybe that'll be too boring. I don't know. But I think that's a good base. Maybe. I don't feel like playing any game, but I want to play League. But if I play League, I'm going to be bad. Bad and sad. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Isn't it? Yeah, I get into that mindset sometimes. Like, I want to play something, but there's nothing I want to play. Right?
Yeah, same.
I hear that.
That's why having multiple hobbies is good. But then sometimes you, like, what was it? I think it was last weekend, like, I had a day, oh yeah, on the bank holiday, Monday. I was like, I didn't want to do anything. There was nothing that was like, I want to do this. So. Relaxed. Hello, Mills. And then,
hello.
Front of ask, is this the first game you're making or have you made something before? This is our second commercial game that we are going to publish on Steam. We have made a number of little game jam games as well. And our first Steam game is very different from this. It's a very small pixel art game called Super Cat Cafe. We're just kind of trying to dip our little toes in. Oh, well, you can't see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Got to raid and run? No worries, Steph. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, this is our first game. Super Cat Cafe.
Super.
Pixel art 2D, kind of like a one-room game. The whole game takes place in this like level setup. And you're stacking sandwiches and getting cats and yeah. Really proud of it. We made it in about a year of, spare time game dev. And recently we crossed 100 reviews, 100% positive.
We did.
Sunrise, yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe we played the same song on a loop yesterday all day.
How's it going, Mills?
Also use Godot? Yep.
Yeah.
Yuppers.
Yeah, and then on our itch, we have a bunch of other things. Most of them jam stuff. We made a pinball game
with Goob,
which was super fun. Again, really proud of what we did here.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was so much fun. Pinball game where the level is destructible. So the ball is a bomb, and then you can destroy the level. Like, here's the bomb. And all these rocks and stuff are destructible. That was such a fun time.
It was.
We have Ember Hop, which is kind of like a spooky game. This one I worked on mostly on my own. Selene did a couple assets for me at the end for some extra polish. That was really fun too. These are all in Godot. We did Pump Up the Jammies, which is like a memory game, essentially, where you got to figure out what these little jammies, we call them, want. And then once you give them what they want, they'll start playing. And
that was so cute.
We also did this in collaboration with someone else, Mize, which did the music. And we can't do music. And they wanted to do a jam where they focused on audio and music. So it kind of naturally pushed us into a game that revolved around music. So each of these characters has an instrument, and as you get them going, they build up a full song. It was so fun. It was so fun.
I love that. It's so cute. Imagine that, but like in 3D, in proper 3D.
Then, of course, Super Cat Cafe, we just showed you on Steam. And this one here is actually where our current game was born from. So originally it was called Dr. J. Ferret Reclaims the Living. Started out as a 2D game. This is what it looked like.
Gosh, what a glow up.
Crazy.
Holy.
This was our first game jam?
This was our first game jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in a bit of a slump.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We stopped doing game dev for a long time.
Yeah.
And then we decided, let's do a game jam.
This is what brought us back to finish Super Cat Cafe.
That's right. We had worked on Super Cat Cafe for about 4 months, 5 months. And then we stopped. We just kind of ran out of motivation. We released a demo on itch, and we ran out of motivation. But then this jam came up, and we're like, let's do it. Why not? And it was super fun. This is actually when we started streaming as well.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what got the ball rolling, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. This is probably like when our game dev journey properly started. After this game jam, we've been doing game dev pretty much always.
Yeah.
As part of our routine. So.
Ray gun reference. Yep.
Yep.
The references in the Steam game might not be as on the nose as that, but we are still putting references in.
Absolutely. Yeah, but this is how the game looked before, and if you haven't seen already, this is how the game looks now. If it loads, there we go.
If it's not broken.
So this is actually the same map, kind of. It's the same rough idea. But now it looks like this.
Super Cat Cafe.
How's it going still? Happy Saturday. Yeah. So as you can see, it's come a long way. It's a very different game. I'd like to think that most of the core mechanics of the Jam version are still here, but it's a very different game. Obviously, it got a whole other dimension. It was fully 2D, the Game Jam version, but we decided to go 3D or 2.5D, where characters and elements like the trees and stuff are 2D sprites, but it's all in a 3D space with some 3D models as well. Love the mix of 3D with 2D.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I think this was really inspired by games like Don't Starve and Cult of the Lamb, which we saw were using like what seemed like 2D sprites, and because I had no experience with working with 3D or 3D modeling or anything, I was a bit hesitant to even
it was scary. Consider
making like 3D characters. I still am. I still have not to this day made and rigged an actual character. All of the props that I've now been making are just objects. So I've only been making 3D models for the last year or so. I'm still scared of trying to make an organic thing. So maybe I'll get there for the next game, but yeah, for now we're just...
It is very different skill set, isn't it?
Inanimate objects only.
I'm pretty sure in the industry you have like, environment artists and character artists, and they're very separate.
So I'm on track to making an prop artist portfolio, but no characters. Yeah, we figured that animating 2D characters was the only way for us to get this done. So also the style was kind of born out of our skill set as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Playing to our strengths.
Yeah, happy Saturday indeed. How are you? Doing good. Thank you. And Mill says, okay, I'm back. As soon as I sat down, my daughter wanted everything, apparently. Yeah, I'm now doing a very, quick first pass on the van. Mostly I'll do the line art, because the line art is going to be there no matter what. And then we kind of got a rough color, and then we're just going to pop that in the game, see if it works, if the color works with the environment, and if it does, then I can continue adding detail. If not, we can mess with the color a little bit until we're happy.
And yeah, in terms of the van, sorry, I didn't do a proper tour of the game, but yeah, this is how it's looking like now. Basically, you are playing the Doc here, our main character, which has developed the cure for the zombie virus. So full zombie apocalypse, society collapsed, but the Doc has the cure, and it's now, as the player, your job to reclaim the living, name of the game, and turn all the zombies back to humans. That's basically the gist of the game. And it's like a roguelike setup where you go out and do like a run where you level up, you get upgrades, see how far you can make it, all that stuff. And yeah, Mills, on the van side, like on the game side for the van, we ended up with this now. I added the tire tracks since yesterday. That's how it's looking. Pretty happy with that. So, gonna wait for Selene to get some progress with the proper van model, and then we'll come back to this and finish it up.
Do you use GitHub at all?
GitHub, yes. Yes, I do. I use it for work all the time, more extensively, you know, like properly with pull requests and such. For game dev, I technically use GitHub, but it's just for the actual Git repository. Since it's just me working on the code base, it's just a place to commit my stuff to. To just remove something. Forgot. Boom. A question about a project from school I'm doing, but no one can figure this out. Oh boy. Okay. Have you tried ChatGPT? It might help, but feel free. Shoot it over. The team member has all files and has the repo correctly done. Why can they not see the full game? If a team member has all the files and the repo correctly done, why can they not see the full game? You're saying that on their local machine, the repo is up to date. They have pulled the latest version of the repo. But when they start the game, they don't have the full game. I mean, it could be many things that could be going wrong. So you should make sure that the remote version, so the repo that's being hosted on GitHub, you should make sure that it has all your commits up to the latest, right? So if you go to GitHub commits on a particular branch, right? I'm also assuming you're using the correct branch. Make sure the commits are there that you're expecting to be there. Everything is merged correctly. Yeah. Okay, so they pulled everything and it doesn't look like you expect it to. You could try a full reset. They probably tried that as well. Like delete everything. Or, you know, do git reset -- hard origin / branch name to make sure you reset your local with everything that's in remote. They could also check locally if they have the commits you're expecting, right? So on, let's say, the last commit on the remote branch, change a particular file. On their local, they could go and check that file to see if it's changed. To see if they actually have all the code that you're expecting them to have. Because if they check and that file does not have that change, that means that somehow they're not pulling the correct thing. Just adding the tire tracks makes the whole animation so much better to sell the drifting. Yeah. I felt like it really needed to. It predominantly makes it feel like it's not floating. Suddenly it's touching the road, right? A drift without damage quote unquote damage to the road doesn't feel like a drift. It feels like it's just flying over the road.
Yeah.
I think that we might end up having... What we might end up having to do is have her do a zoom with our professor and give him the ability to control the screen, because we have literally tried everything we can think of. Yeah. Git can get a little confusing. A little confusing.
Is that a raid? Oh my goodness.
Captain Enosa, how's it going?
Welcome, welcome. Welcome,
Happy Saturday.
Welcome all. Look at all those crocos. Look at them. Amazing.
On Mental Mentat, Random Logic, Goob, Tom, Captain Coder, Medusa. How's it going, nerds?
Hello. Hello, everyone.
How was your stream, Cap? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Lovely to have you all.
We have a drifting van over here.
It's Tokyo Drift in here.
Tokyo.
Got streamer brain super bad.
Yeah.
That happens.
It does happen. It's a serious condition.
Should we get compensated for it? Does insurance cover that?
That's sick. Thank you. It's getting there.
Nice drifting. Thanks.
Every day gets a little bit better.
If you or someone you know has come down with streamer brain.
Yeah, there was one day where we focused on the actual van animation, but then it still looked kind of floaty. Then the next day we added the VFX.
Jeff, thank you for the part.
With the VFX, it started looking better. And then the last thing we added was the tire tracks on the road. So every layer makes it a little bit better. And Selene is working on the van model that we're gonna check out later in the game.
True.
It's solid. Thank you, thank you.
You got 41 cured on the web version.
Nice.
Cool.
It's tough.
Yeah.
The web version is tough. Also, it
it's
has
very
some
different
performance issues, so beware.
Yeah, that was a 2-week jam.
Which I'm happy to say, most of which are fixed on the new version. Most.
Oh my goodness, Jeff.
Maybe
Thank
not
you
all.
so much for that. Thank you.
Some insane parking. Yeah.
More layers make an onion.
And this is basically the animation that plays at the start of the level. So this is just gonna play, the dock pops out, and you're playing. Exploring the city.
And yeah, this is mostly we're doing this now for the trailer because our current goal is to get a trailer out. So yeah, we're working on this non-gameplay part, part of the game, I guess.
We're trying to work on things that will look cool.
Yeah.
On the trailer.
Yeah. Captain Anosa says, I played Personal Error's new game today. Which Ghost? It's on Steam today.
Oh, damn. Which ghost? Like which one? No, it's a ghost who is a witch. Not witch. Never mind.
Rupenes says, hello. Nice sparking skills, right? So slick. Whoever is driving that van, currently it is a ghost, is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it is just the two of us working on the game. I just make all of the art and assets. I don't do any of the actual programming. I just make it look pretty.
And I make it work most of the time.
Yeah. And then ideas and just game design. It's both of us depending on what game we're working on. If it's like it's more my idea. Like Super Cat Cafe was, I guess, more of a cozy game, so it was like more my design. This one a little bit cooler, so it's your type of game, so like you have more of the ideas, and I just kind of chip in with a little chaos. Sprinkle a little chaos in
I
there
love
sometimes.
roguelikes.
Yeah. And then any ETA on a playtest beta. Well, if you join our Discord, we do have a public playtest build on there. It is now, I want to say, like a month or so old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the latest, but it's
pretty recent, though.
It's pretty recent. So if you wanted to give the current version, like this game, not the Game Jam game, a try, yeah, just can check it out on our Discord. It's on a specific channel.
This looks awesome, by the way. It's a ghost that can cast spells. Nice. This looks great.
Opa.
It's like I think it's the same genre that we're working in, right? It's an action roguelike, survival shooter roguelike elements, blast
Welcome,
through the undead,
Thank you for the fart.
die and try again. Oh yeah, looks very cool.
Trailer hype.
Art is super cute.
Yes.
Bunch of different monsters.
It's like spooky scary, not like scary.
Yeah, it's like spoopy.
Spoopy. Yeah, very cute. Love
Hey, it's
that.
Godot too. Let's go.
Yeah, so for Reclaim the Living, there should be like a channel called Reclaim the Living, and then the game is pinned in is it pinned in is it pinned anywhere? Where's the game?
Please hold. Yeah, so if you join in, you go Doc General. Yes. And then there is a pinned message. So top right, there's a little pin icon. You click that, and you can just download the zip file and give it a go.
No.
And wait, what just happened? Inda Q, thank you so much for the server boosts over on the Discord.
Snap!
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mental Mentat says, wait, you guys made Super Cat Cafe? We did.
We did, yeah.
do that.
A year ago now.
It's been so long.
Yeah, it's
oh
been
my
long.
gosh. How the time flies.
Recently, we crossed 100 reviews, which is insane. I would have never bet that Super Cat Cafe would get 100 reviews,
Yeah.
let alone all positive. That is also a bit of a shock.
I know
but
someone who's really into cats who play that. Oh, nice. Well, I hope they
Nice.
enjoyed it.
This looks very cool. I'm actually going to drop a wish list. Oh, it's free? Came out today. It's free? I'm downloading that.
Like, straight up. download it.
Straight up.
Get it.
Why wish list when you can download? Let's go. Boom. I have it. Good stuff.
Take it for a spin later.
Mm-hmm. Link to that game. That's great point. Great point. Boom. There it is. Which ghost? That one. That ghost.
It has been like a year. It has been a little
Like for
over a
things.
year. I don't know how time works anymore. I don't know. We released it in November 2024. So it's been all of 2025 and a couple months.
Yeah.
And then some.
Captain Osa, thank you so much for the raid. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Enjoy.
How's it going, Temptic?
Yep. Hope you're having a good weekend, Temptic.
Makes you feel better? Nobody knows how time works.
Right? No one's figured it out yet.
Maybe that's for the better. Well, I am currently adding doors.
I made that door today, this morning.
That is my task.
I felt very productive when I made a whole door. It is literally just a rectangle. But hey, it didn't exist before. It's like one of those things, you know, when you procrastinate on a task like forever, and then it actually just takes you like 5 minutes. It's like, oh, I know we need a single door, but like, stop describing me. Yeah.
Be weird.
I saw this series of TikToks from this woman who goes, how long does it actually take? And she uses her TikToks as a way to do things that you procrastinate on, like, how long does it actually take to clean out my pantry from like old expired stuff and tidy it up? It's like, you know, you put that off for months, and it's like, it actually only took 30 minutes. I've been putting it off for 2 years. You know, taking notes. It's like, I love that. It's such a vibe, and it's so true.
I saw Jonathan from GG interviewing the tabs. Are you hyped for 0.5? I am so hyped. I'm gonna play so much Path of Exile. I think I've watched like 10 Jonathan interviews.
Pantry triage ongoing infinity task.
How's it going, John?
You gotta keep on top of that. Like every couple months, you just gotta take it all out.
I need to fix hinges.
I have to spend 45 minutes finding a podcast or TV show to watch for the 15 minutes of cleaning. So it really takes an hour, right? Exactly.
I do that with game dev as well. You know, like I want something to have on my second screen while I'm doing some game dev task. But the task takes less time too than me searching for a video to put on the other screen, which I then pay no attention to because I'm coding something. So
that's why it's good when you have like your go-to like stream or like you're watching a series of videos, because then you're like, play, no thoughts, you know, like you just go. That's great.
Okay. Door. That's a door.
Hooray, we have a door.
The door exploded because it's missing components.
Oh no.
Please hold. You need a player detector. Boom.
You know what? I really need to get back to
We need these things.
Planet Coaster.
Boom. We need an animation layer.
You know, they're adding that cool features and things we saw the other day.
Yeah.
The arcade, they're adding like an arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to get back on that.
Okay. Will it blend? Will it explode? It did not explode. It did explode. Because now I need an animation. Let's make an animation. Okay, animation player. Oh. Okay. We need an open and a close. And that plays the sounds as well. Okay. Animation, new, open. We need to move the door itself. So let's keyframe its position. And then we need some sounds, which on open have like a pressure sound and the sliding sound. So playing. Okay. And then you just make this open by going. Keyframe that. Actually, I need to change that. Got too fast. I don't know. And then we need a close. I'll duplicate this one, do close, which does not play the pressure. It plays the sliding. And then we just flip these ones.
No, my God,
closing a bit longer. And let's see.
Maka's being territorial. Oh. Did that just quit?
I did not give it to the animation player.
Ooh. Ooh.
Interesting. Okay, that worked. But it's visible over the dirt. Okay. Pretty simple fix. You just need it to go down a bit, I guess. Problem is, we keyframed the position. So if that needs to go down a bit, say if I did this, save. Never mind. Okay. Great. Dang it. Minus 0.5. So we're going to copy that and go boop. 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 A boop.
A boop, a boop, a boop. Yeah, you know, today over breakfast we're chatting about the game and stuff, as you do. And I think, you know, we have kind of come to the conclusion that it's very likely this will bleed into next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Given all the things that we still need to do, it's highly likely we're going to have to do February next fest and then release shortly after that. It's looking increasingly unlikely that we'll make
this year.
That will make this year. Obviously, you know, it does depend kinda on how plans go. It's still possible, but increasingly unlikely.
Love the playtest. Very cool. Oh, amazing. I mean, if you have any feedback, we're all ears. Good or otherwise. We're very much in the middle of developing the game, so
yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to be harsh if you feel like it needs it,
Yeah. February this year could be a bit difficult. So hi. Hello. Yeah, our dream was to be part of this year's October Next Fest because, Halloween, October, zombie game, it was beautiful. It was awesome. And then there was I don't know what it's like, a spooky...
The Scream Fest.
The Scream Fest. So it was like amazing. But that means we need to have it pretty much ready by the end of summer. And there's just so much we want to do and do well that we just don't think we can do that and give it the attention and love it deserves in that amount of time.
Yeah. We don't want to rush because we like this game. We think it's a cool project. And, quite proud of what we've achieved so far. But also, the scope, the size of this game is too big for us too. Making a game for 2 years is very difficult for us. Like, we want to move on already. We have other game ideas and we want to do something different. So a 2-year project is too much. So we think that our next few games are going to be way smaller than this, scope-wise. So, given that's the case, we want to make sure that this one, which we have chosen to spend a long time on, is...
It's going to be the best it can be.
Yeah, it's the best it can be. We don't want to have regrets, basically. Of like, oh, we released it too early. If only we had waited 3 months, the game would have been so much better. We don't want to have that feeling. So,
yeah.
We're okay for it to be pushed back a little bit.
Yeah. Just about Super Cat Cafe because I'm gonna be looking for things for me and my kids to play this summer. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honestly, feedback we've heard is kids do tend to love it. We've had some reviews saying that like their kid was playing it like stop. Right?
Yeah.
Like we show like the time play. It was like 70 hours or something. We're like, were they actually playing the
My
whole
kid
time?
loves it. 100 hours played, huh?
It's like, oh my goodness. But yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
I hope you
good.
have tons of fun with it.
Yeah.
And Bruce, welcome in.
And in general, as a rule, well, at least for these two games, we really are trying to be like family friendly. Like, even though this is a zombie game, there's no killing. You're curing. You're saving the zombies.
Yeah. No one's harmed.
No one's getting hurt.
And I forgot we did this.
We just spent the whole week on this.
Wow.
Wow. So we're trying to keep the game accessible for, all audiences. Like, as long as you can get a handle on the controls, you're good.
Can't become infected.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Yeah, so your goal is to cure the zombies, right? You're not killing them. Ow. And then the nerds that you rescue can get reinfected. Like, if they get... if the zombies get to them, they get reinfected. But you can just cure them again, right?
Yeah.
And then right now, when you lose, you just get pancaked on the ground. But the final plan is the Doc, our main character, will turn into a zombie.
Yeah.
But on the lore, they're actually immune to the virus. So you'll turn into a zombie, and then you'll just... The idea is, as a zombie, you'll just wander back into the lab and turn back because you're like immune to it.
Yeah. Will there be more healing gun options? Oh, you saw the throwable. Yes, there are. At the moment, I think we've only got, is it 3 that we have at the moment?
Yeah, so in the playtest version, you have 3. You start with the dart gun. If you go over here, you can unlock the flask, which is the one I was just using, the like more grenade type. And then if you go over here, obviously you'll need to farm the resources. You can access the bottle rockets.
And there will be more. This
Yeah,
is just
there
what
will
we
be
have
more.
at the moment.
Currently in the game, we do have another one. We have another one that is not in the playtest version, which is the fire hose, which does not shoot fire.
We had a bit of a debate on the naming here. I thought it
Just
should
like
be,
the real thing, it does not shoot fire.
I thought it should be a pressure washer, but
We could still retheme it. Which is this continual stream of cure. Obviously, this is the base version. If you find the right upgrades, it can get kind of wild.
yeah. Then we already have a couple more ideas for others that we'll implement down the line. Like Super Mario Sunshine, one of those backpack ones, that'd be funny.
I'm not familiar with it. Actually, I've
Nope.
never played Super Mario.
It's not coming into my brain.
Maybe that's a crime in some countries, but I've never played Super Mario.
Goob immediately is shocked.
I never owned a Nintendo. That's not true. I had a Game Boy, but I did not have Mario. Probably haven't played Zelda either. I have not.
I was a PlayStation kid.
I have been tempted to play Breath of the Wild, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Only instances where I've played a Mario game was when I visited a friend's house and they had Nintendo things.
Right. Never played
Or
a
like
single
an
Mario.
arcade, or like, you know, went to an arcade.
I probably have played it like on a friend's machine. I have played a teeny bit of like Mario Kart or Super Smash Bros. Wait, does that even have Mario? I don't know. But like a proper Mario platformer, not really. I can't say I have.
Fire hose, the first aid spray, the living stream.
The living stream.
Love that.
Yeah, this is the base version, right?
The Smash Bros. Even have Mario. I'm not mad, but I'm fascinated.
Oh, I guess it has Bros in the name. That must be referencing Super Mario Bros.
Broskies.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the base version of the fire hose. But if I go in here and I find tool fire hose, we're gonna add some amount. We're gonna add duration. We're gonna add range. We're gonna add more range. We're gonna add mirror. We're gonna add nothing. So this is an upgraded version of the fire hose. If you get lucky, you find the upgrades. You can get this. And then if you get really, really lucky, you'd get more amount and more mirror. And then you'd have this. Wait, let me spawn like... Oh, I spoiled it. I was gonna spawn 20 zombies and then do it. So it gets kind of crazy. If you find the right upgrades, it gets kind of crazy.
Not the classics, you gotta play them even for an hour. Well, that's kind of why, like, I remember when, like, the Switch first came out and they came out with the first Pokemon, like, with the first gen of Pokemon, I was like, yes! I can now heal my part of my childhood that never got to play Pokemon games. And so I played the heck out of that.
The only Pokemon I played was Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy Color. But I feel like I haven't missed much. I feel like
bold statement to make on the internet.
I played around the right version, you know? Yeah. I don't feel like I'm missing out not playing any of the modern ones. Yellow was a bit weird. How so? It's the only one I played.
So maybe you didn't actually get the best first impression.
Maybe. I don't even know what the differences were between red, blue, yellow. I have no idea. Yellow was the one that my parents got me. It's the one I played.
Yeah, it's like I didn't have a decision on this matter.
Also had yellow. You don't want to evolve Pikachu. Into the box you go. Okay. We have doors. So now we can place the doors everywhere we need doors. But first, let's do a little teeny adjustment on the floor where we need a doorway tile here. Hello? Oh, right, there are two. Sure, that's fine. So now we can take said door, copy, paste, move the door. Should really just sort out the grid, I feel like. How do I sort out this grid? I need to go configure snap. Point 5. Why does that not work? If I did 0.6...
Maka just trying to bite me.
Why can I not get the middle of this tile?
Hello, Captain Mads. Hello. And then we got a question here. Do you guys set deadlines? No,
Really?
we have like aspirations,
Yeah, we have goals.
but no hard deadlines, no. Because we learned again from the first game that we did that is bad. Like for mental health. Not a good idea.
Yeah, I think if we worked on our games full time, maybe we would be a bit more strict about hitting deadlines because we would be depending on the income of our games to live, to have a roof.
But yeah, we have day jobs.
Yeah.
So the game is just very much a for funsies. So on our first game, we did, in a way, set a deadline when we set a release date for the game. So essentially a deadline, and then we were like, "Oh man, we need to make this deadline." It was a bit stressful the last month or so. Help you get stuff done. Yeah, it works both ways because it's like a love-hate relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what I mean. We now set like aspirations, not like hard deadlines, because yeah, it was, especially with this kind of project where we actually didn't know like how long it could potentially take. So we felt like putting a deadline was kind of like shooting ourselves in the foot when we didn't really know.
Yeah, like
scope.
We didn't have the experience, the know-how.
Yeah.
So there was so much to learn.
Yeah.
We just had to go with the flow.
So we kind of set a very loose, super loose deadline of like, okay, we ideally don't want to work on this game more than 2 years. I feel like so far, if we are able to release this in March of next year, we're still we met our 2-year deadline.
Yeah.
We were saying earlier that ideally we really would have loved to release this game this year in October, November, but the way it's going, I feel like we would be rushing and we could really use the extra like 4 months of development.
Yeah.
So, we're still kind of like trying not to go over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But, if it takes an extra month, takes an extra month. Not the end of the world. We do set deadlines for certain things that are more, I guess, either event driven or things like that, like
time sensitive
stuff.
Like
we are going to be part of the bullet, is it called Bullet Heaven, Bullet Hell? There's a
Bullet Fest.
Bullet Fest.
So I guess it's both hell and heaven.
Yeah, there's a Bullet Fest on Steam, and we're going to be in it. We don't have a demo or anything, but we know we do want to have our Steam page, and we are right now working towards the deadline of a trailer, trying to get a trailer done for that event. So that's kind of like a mini deadline, I guess, for this.
Oh.
And maybe for the Screamfest we could, I think we would need to have a demo done by that time. Like October, a demo.
It depends when we decide to tackle the demo.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I don't want to do, I don't want to...
That's true.
How do I put this? Like a common way to go about making a game, or an indie game anyways, is you make a prototype, and then when you validate the prototype, you make a demo, right? You are working to make a demo, and then you ship the demo, and then you finish the game. And we kind of did that with Super Cat Cafe. We made the demo, so there was nothing else built. And then we shipped the demo, and then we worked on finishing the game. I would like to work on the game, and then at some point, when it comes time to deliver a demo, we will cut a demo out of the game, out of the current or of the existing game. So we might, lock some content out of the demo, because I just feel like there's so much going on with this game compared to our other projects anyway. I'm not saying it's like a AAA game with a million features, but for us, it's a lot. And I want the demo to be a true representation of what the final game will be. And until we do more of the game, I can't really know what will be in the demo. And if I just design the demo and ship it, you know, building more of the game, certain things may arise in the development process of these features that need to be in the game, but now won't be in the demo because at that point it wasn't an issue that needed to be solved. Sorry, that was a weird rant. I don't know if it made sense, but I want to design the game. I don't want to design a demo. The demo will be a part of the full game, but I want to focus on designing the game, not the demo. And that's, you know, because we don't have a time pressure, really. There's no deadlines, there's no boss, there's no needing to ship the game to pay rent. So we can afford that. In different circumstances, we might not be able to do that. But yeah. Yeah. Any plans to submit the demo to show.games for the June showcase? Show.games.
I mean, we don't have.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, we don't have the demo anyway. But
for reasons, but also it won't really be ready by June.
Anyways, we got a question. How long would you say one should spend on demo and prototype? I'm still trying to figure out the best approach.
It's hard to say. I mean, it really depends on the game, right? It really depends on the game.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what you were saying. One way to do it is to just build out your game and then cut a demo out of it, and then like prototype. I guess prototype, you know, you want to just get down the like mechanics of your game as quickly as possible to test if it's fun.
Yeah, like the very basic core game loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, certain game genres you could get up and running in a couple weeks for a prototype. Some others would take you a couple months, right? If it's a grand strategy game, that's going to take you longer than, I don't know, chess game.
You could also use game jams as a chance to build out little prototypes. And then that's a good way to also, you know, if you find one that kind of meets the theme, kind of makes sense for like an idea that you have. It's also then a way to get people to try it, because you know, people in the jam would try games. Yeah. We made a little prototype before we went into this, mostly to practice the whole 3D setup. And it was like a brick breaker type, well, not brick. What was it? What would you call it?
I'll just.
What would you call it?
It was brick breaker
inspired.
It took a weird turn, like design wise.
And we worked on this for about 2 months. And then we said, yeah, we've learned enough about 3D. And we started working on this game.
I feel like as we were building it, I deviated too far from the original vision, and I don't think it went in a good direction. So it just kind of fizzled out. I feel like there's still a fun game here, but I need to go back to the basics and redesign it. But yeah, basically you go around collecting ore in the mines. You yearn for the mines, and then you deliver the ore for the king's tithe, which is timed. So you have to deliver a certain amount of ore before the king demands tribute. And if you do that...
Deliver or else. Exactly. Yeah. You gotta pay up.
And then when you do, the king rewards you with more workers. You know, if you prove you can pay the tithe, he gives you more workers. So you get a little dwarf friend, and this is where the breakout inspiration comes in, and they just bounce around in the mining for you. And then the tithe increases, so you gotta mine more.
You know, inflation, tax hikes, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
What happens if you dig too deep and too greedily?
Fortunately, we never got to that part, but yeah, that was the idea, you know? Like, eventually, you'd start seeing lava and maybe, I don't know, goblins, dragons. That was the plan.
LG, hello. I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole.
Hey, LG. diggy hole.
Diggy hole.
And then when you find a break in the earth, you go down, you go deeper into the mountain, right? So you generate a new level, and then you go again. Your nerds start mining away. You can find treasure, and this is the point where I introduced like a more roguelike mechanic. Initially, this game wasn't set up as a roguelike, but because I'm apparently addicted to roguelikes, I made it a roguelike.
You forced it.
So yeah, like increase the chance for an additional mineral to drop, right? So now you have that ability.
Welcome, tomatoes.
And now you might get more minerals.
Love the art style. Well, thank you. This is what we use to kind of test the vibes of the 2.5D.
Yeah.
And we
learned... we didn't know 3D at all before this.
I learned quite a lot.
Justin, I am familiar. Yes, the good old OG Yogscast. Yeah.
Justin wants to know if you know the reference. The diggy.
I literally just answered it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read and pay everyone attention. Mining and automation games are so much fun, actually. Can play them for hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think this is a good contender for a revision to kind of bring back in a revised way.
Yeah. This game
we'll see.
Could have gone in two directions. One would be the more like incremental game direction, which it actually was originally. It was supposed to go into the incremental direction. The game that inspired it was an incremental. But then it took a turn and it went more roguelike. Initially, you weren't even supposed to have your own character. You'd be just overseeing your dwarves that are bouncing around, right? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, we just need to redo it, rethink it. Because it's just, I don't know, it didn't feel right. We were like, well, we learned what we had to learn. Let's go work on the actual project that we want to be working on now that we have the skills.
Yeah, I think there's, like you said, there's something in there that we can bring. I'm so sorry, tomatoes. I won the duel, but we will duel on Maca-Tree. Let me get a, let's get a steak. She loves a steak. Oh, and she just did a massive. Okay, one moment.
Justin said, good, I figured, but the never played Mario threw me. You know, that is fair. That is fair. Anyway, yeah. This is how far we got, really. I could also give myself a bunch of nerds, right? So you could imagine later into the game where you get crazier levels and you have a bunch of dwarves. things would kind of start going insane, and you don't have to do as much mining, right? You can rely on the dwarves to do all the mining for you, and you just need to collect the ore. Yeah, it was cool, but fizzled out.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Cuckoo, I believe in you. Come on. Are you guys hearing her meow? She's going crazy for the stick. Can you turn around for me? Come. Turn around. Her face, dude.
My God. Chew, Maka, please. She's not chewing.
She literally isn't.
She's so derpy.
Oh my God. What a beast. What a little beastie. She's purring so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, go back up here.
Thank you.
Come on.
Got him for the pat.
You can have dinner in half an hour. Okay, now she's just sitting here. Don't shoot my cables.
Okay, we have doors.
Good, Maka.
These door sounds might get real annoying when you're just walking all over the lab.
No, because the cool music will be playing.
It's true.
We have cool music, by the way.
Yeah. Check this out. Reclaim the Living OST.
Have to get going, but have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, man.
Well, thank you. And hope you guys enjoy Super Cat Cafe.
Have a good one.
Thank you for the brooch. Johnson frog dance.
Spooky themes with spaceship door opening. Yeah. Yeah, the request for the soundtrack was like spooky but fun and cartoony, right?
Yeah.
We don't want it to be scary, we want it to be spooky.
I want Cartoon Network vibes.
The composer nailed it.
I want you to feel like when you were 10 and you're playing on CartoonNetwork.com.
Cartoon Network vibes is perfect, yeah. It's given thematically, the main inspiration for the game is Dexter's Laboratory. It works. And this is obviously the lab theme, right? So it's chill, relatively. But if you go in...
The idle neck move is great. Yeah, I think that's like your favorite thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best. This is the action gameplay soundtrack. Which again, spooky, but fun. It's, I believe, a 1-minute loop, I think. 60-second loop. And if I spawn a bunch of zombies, it will go into the intense version. Need to wait for the loop to actually kick in. Anytime now. I need to improve it so it's a bit more responsive, because it waits 60 seconds, and then when it starts the loop over, if there's enough zombies, it kicks into intense. So it can take quite a long time to respond to the action, which is not great. It's just the easiest way for me to implement it. Really happy with it. Right. So we have doors. I now need to do a change where the doors don't work if the lab has no power. So like right now we have a generator. So we've restored power to the lab. Doors can open.
Hooray.
But at the start, there's no power. The very, very start, when you first come to the lab. So these doors need to not open and actually block the player. At the moment, they don't have a collider. They need to block the player from going into these other rooms. And this one needs to be open by default, so you can access the generator.
I'll be right back.
So yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. I guess I'll just make a set of options for the doors, which will define their initial state. So we need like maybe we just do like a no generator state. Would that be enough? no generator state, and it could either be locked or open. One of the problems I'm going to have is how do I set this to be open by default? Because this is the initial state. I have an open animation, but I'm not going to want to play this animation. There's no power. It just needs to spawn like this initially. I could do some hacking. Like, I could play the animation from the end for like half a second or, you know, whatever, a millisecond. And it was just put it in this state and immediately stop the animation. So you'd get the final state of the end of the open animation. Hacky, but it would do the trick. It means I don't have to manage that state elsewhere. Could work. Could work. You have a state machine for the doors. I don't think we need like a full state machine. Well, I say that now, right? Doors. Am I right? We'll probably have a state machine. Freaking a behavior tree. You know. AI, chat GPT powered intelligence. But that's for later. For now, we're going to have an enum. So export var no generator state. This will be an enum of no generator states. And then we'll have locked and open. So this will be of type no generator states. It will default to locked. Mm-hmm. So on body entered, we can go if no generator state is locked and the generator level is 0, return. So no door should open. It's playing the closed animation. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I get what's happening. If I build this. Hey, Tom.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for your fart.
Well, yep.
Yep.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll fix it.
Kodakula, thank you so much for the fart. Welcome on.
Okay, now they're opening.
LG, thank you for.
I actually didn't check. Did you do a side of the door that it was supposed to be opened on?
Nope.
Okay. We'll need to update it so that it uses the same texture as the double doors on the inside. Like.
What do you mean?
Like the single door, the side should be that. Obviously, it doesn't have this like indent, but it should still do this, I think. Just be dark with the one line at the top, one line at the bottom.
Good shout. Good shout. Yeah. Behold, it is time to ponder. You have plenty of time to ponder over here today.
Gotta hydrate.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Look at that orb.
Okay.
I feel like I've not just made it devoid of color. I
think we do the same here. Better yet, if on body exited, if the generator is dead, the door should do nothing.
Nah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Not pondering about anything important, just spells and wands and whatnot. You know how it is. Ain't that the truth?
I need to restart. So that should fix that weird thing that happened before. So if I go here and then I leave, it should not do anything strange. We're good. And then again, if I build a generator, now they open. Cool. Okay, so now this one though, I would need to make this editable children so that I can access the component and set the no generator state to open. So in here on ready, we need to do if no generator state is open and lab manager generator level is 0, as in there is no generator. We need to open it, but without the animation.
What?
I could do like open true, and then over here we say instant or no animation boolean, which defaults to false. If no animation, we're gonna do some wacky stuff. We're gonna say animation player play open no blend speed 1, but we're gonna play from the end true. Wait, do we need -1 on the speed? I don't know. From end. The animation will play backwards. Okay. Oh, and if custom speed is negative. Okay. So we do need -1. So this will play the animation from the end. But then we'll just immediately stop it. Wait, we need to stop it like real quick, right? Maybe we even do like next frame type of thing. So we do animation player pause, but we call deferred. So next frame will play open from the end and pause it on the next frame. Didn't work. Oh, because I have the generator. What am I talking about? Maybe it did work. Quick restart. And didn't work. God dang it. What if I didn't do this? Will it play the animation at all? It did. So maybe this is pausing it too quick. So maybe I need to do what I was going to do initially, which is actually use a timer. What if I do that? There we go. I guess this does not need to be that. It can just be that. Frontes asks, Selene, why did you learn to draw?
I am self-taught. I've been drawing since I can hold a pencil. Yeah. I mostly tend to lean drawings. Like, I've always drawn people. I'm one of those people that just like to draw portraits. So I've like a lifetime of just drawing portraits. Basically, throughout my childhood, I just drew the Powerpuff Girls over and over and over and over again until my mom was absolutely sick of having piles of paper drawings of the Powerpuff Girls and other cartoons. And then, yeah, I drew a lot of anime things. I started drawing digitally when I think I got my first tablet as like a Christmas present when I was like 12 or 13. And then I started drawing digitally in GIMP.
Right.
And then after I went to uni, it kind of dropped off, and then, you know, I got a job, and I just didn't have, you know, the corporate world kind of sucked the life out of me, and I didn't draw for a very long time. And then, I don't know, I was like, I missed that. So started kind of drawing little bits here and there again, just characters, mostly character art. But never really had anywhere to really apply it to. I just drew for myself. And yeah, we decided to do game dev one day. We're like, wait, I can draw. I may not do things like professionally, but you know, I can draw stuff.
And I can program.
And you're like, I can program. I'm like, well, let's try it. You know, and like, here we are. I have now drawn so many things that are out of my comfort zone. It is insane. Literally, like, yeah, I just drew like portraits. and you know, people with their hands behind their back because I didn't like to draw hands.
Hey, Camille, how's it going?
But in terms of learning, again, it's just drawing the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. I remember I used to have a lot of manga, and I would just try to like copy the manga art in my sketchbook. And that's kind of how I learned to draw like characters. I just love to draw, like redraw the manga characters or anime characters. So I just kind of fan art. That's how I learned to draw, making fan art. Yeah.
A lot of skills you practice, you get good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So just
sometimes it sucks, but it unfortunately true.
Unfortunately true.
Unfortunately, in the sense that you can't just be amazing at something. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I would still say I'm very wobbly with the hand situation. The things I've drawn the least. Yeah, I've now drawn like so many objects where it's like I'd never drawn objects before, and like a background. In my life, had I ever drawn a background that wasn't like just a bucket fill color, like here you go. So doing all this like environment stuff, like the tile sets, whoa, like it hit the learning curve, massive learning curve. You know, OCD prevents me from drawing for that exact reason. Even knowing strokes are free and I can't get around it. Yeah, and like for me, even though like I say like I've drawn like forever, I wouldn't say I have like many finished drawings. I feel like I've always loved like sketching, and like before I had a tablet, I just draw like on my sketchbook, you know, good old pencil and pens and stuff. And I you know, I sketched something, maybe I drew over it with like the black ink, and like that was it. I'd never color anything because I didn't have like fancy color markers because those are expensive. There's time for that. So I'd always worked like that. Then when I got a tablet, suddenly I can color things. And then that's when it hit me. It's like, I don't know how to render things. I don't know how to color. I know how to draw line art, but I don't know how to color because I'd never practiced it. And so I ended up drawing something, coloring it, and then I was like, ew, this doesn't look as cool as like this other person's digital art. And then I just give it up and I stopped because I was like, I don't know how to color. And you know, to this day, I'm amazed by like, for example, the artists that make like the character art for like League. You know, I've always been like, I wish I could paint like that. What is this witchcraft that they do? Yeah. Rendering is still very much of a witchcraft to me. I'm now good at flat colors and like cell shading, but you know, I wouldn't say like I don't think I could ever get to a level that I'm happy with, even with practice. Like you're your own worst critic, right? I don't have any finished drawings. The artist version of the programmer, perpetually new projects. It's rough out there.
How many of them are collaborating on that versus solo? I think with concepting, it's probably a team effort, but for the full art, like a League of Legends champion, what do they call it? Capsule art? What do they call it? They have a name for it.
Splash
art. I'm pretty sure it's one person that does it beginning to end, right?
Some people post their time lapses on YouTube, and I've seen some absolutely insane witchcraft going on in there. Yeah, that can't be me. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, I think the person that designs the character is not the person that works on the final splash art, right? It's more like the I'm sure they make some decisions for the character, but the concept artist and the designers designed the thing, and then the splash art artist makes it look awesome. I assume. I don't know, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind working at Riot, but why can I not? Why is this blocking me? Even when the doors open, this collider is still blocking me. Interesting. I did not expect that. I used an animatable body 3D, which says it's a physics body. It can't be moved by external forces or contacts, but can be moved manually by other means, such as code animation mixers. Sure. With callback mode process set to physics. And remote transform. Sure. Okay. I think what it's saying is with callback process mode. What is that? What is a callback? Oh, on the animation mixer. I don't really know what an animation mixer is, but I'm assuming animation player is that. So here, if I change this to physics, and we head back in. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. Why can I not schmoove? Piggy can go. Like holla back girl, but with the phone.
Holla back girl. Like Gwen Stefani.
Why does this not work? I must be using the incorrect node.
She ain't no.
The collision boxes aren't being animated. Even though in here they clearly are. Right? That's weird. Process animation during physics frames. Especially useful when animating physics bodies. It just doesn't work.
No fun fact today. Brain not doing the thing this afternoon. Hey, it's okay to give your brain a little break every now and then, yeah? All good.
What is the correct way to make a collider with the door? This isn't a physics door. It's a animated door. So if we look at body nodes, we have static body. It says when moved manually, i.e. code or an animation, it doesn't affect other bodies in its path. Meaning it wouldn't push a rigid body. Animated body says it would do that. Animated body, I'm animating a body. I would think this is the correct physics body to use. There's also character body. But that adds things like velocity and all sorts of stuff, which I don't really need for a door. I don't think that's what I want.
Oh my gosh.
Then we have rigid body and vehicle body. I feel like I'm using the correct thing. Animated body 3D. I wonder if it's because I'm animating a node 3D, and the animated body is being, moved along with its parent, but because its position is not changing, it doesn't trigger, like a physics whatever, like tick or an update. So maybe that's what that was referring to in the docs, where it said it can be moved manually by other means such as code or animation players and remote transform 3D. So maybe that's what that means. You have to set it up with a remote transform so that the actual animatable body is moving, like its position is changing and triggering an update. That's my only guess, so let's try that. How does a remote transform work? I forget. Remote transform 3D. Remote transform. Do I need a TV remote to transform? Yep. That's exactly what it is. Look at the icon. Look at the icon. I think you're right. How's it going, Cornelia? You might be 10 steps ahead of this, but if it's not doing physics things, why not use Area 3D for the detection? I'm using Area 3D to detect the player, to decide to open or close the door. But now I'm trying to make it so that the player collides with the door if it's closed, right? So I want like an actual physics body, not an area. Are you not targeting the collision shape thing with the animation player? I'm not. I'm like indirectly moving it by moving its parent, but I feel like that's the issue, is that the body itself needs to update its position in order to trigger a physics update. Okay, so what does remote transform say? Pushes its own transform 3D to another node 3D derived node in the scene. Another node 3D derived node in the scene. Yes. Okay, I get it. So this is here. We would move it out. And then here we say use or push your own transform to this node. Same thing with this one. We move it. We add a remote transform. And then we push the transform to this.
Gorkam, hello. Disabling collision shape 3D when doors are open, not working. Sorry, I just came here, so missed the first part.
That's
what's going on?
That actually didn't even occur to me. I added an actual collider to the door itself, but it could be a static collider that just gets turned on and off instead of moving. That's definitely certainly a simpler approach. That might be a better approach than what I'm doing, 100%. There we go. So now that the collider is changing its position, it gets updated as expected. But if we restart, why is that closed? That should be open. What? Now it's open? Maybe there's a bug there, but it's open. I can go through. It's closed. I can't go through. So, all working. And if I build this thing, okay. This works. I may change it to the static collider like you're suggesting, Gorkum, just to make it simpler. The only difference is that this version makes it so that the player can never go through the door. Right? If somehow the player was really fast while the door is opening, I would disable the collider, which means the player could go through the door. Whereas this one, because it's actually a moving collider, even mid-animation, it would block the player from going through the door. But maybe that's more annoying than anything else. Maybe going through the door is actually something that you want, so we never block the player from moving. Montez says, coming along nicely for the van.
Thank you.
You ever export it? Or you're committing?
I'm just doing... That's all the color I'm doing. I'm just doing some lights now on the front.
Got it. Are the animations flip books, or are you animating a different way? They are not flip books. I will show you in a sec when we return to my screen. So, Selene drew the character as a... like we call it an exploded character. So if I find...
Fun terms we have here at Two Nerdy Nerd.
here. That's not right. Maybe it is right, actually. Yeah. So first the character is drawn as a whole, right? Or, you know, so to design it. And then they get exploded into bits. So you can see all the different parts of the character. And we have the side view, or sorry, the front view, and then the side view. And then I take this sheet and I reconstruct it in Engine. So if I go over here, boom. Boom.
Boom. Hey.
Check this one out. Boom.
Give him his eyeballs back. He can't see. Need to keep this. Why does literally everyone who sees this want the ball dock to be legit?
Listen, it's pretty much decided that we're gonna have dock skins. So this may be a reality.
Mustache only skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does everyone want to take away his hair?
It may very well happen, Justin.
The running idea is that there's a barber shop in the city where you can get trim.
Eggman, yeah, no. Yeah. So the character is reconstructed in the engine, and then with the animation player,
And pulled version 10 years into zombie apocalypse.
that's where the animation comes from. So I take all the bits, all the individual sprites, and I animate them with the animation player. So we can do things like this. We can do things like this. That's the best one. We can do... Oh god. We can do things like this. A good one. I love this one. And then on the side view, we can do things like this. We can do things like this. Or this. Yeah.
I could for food. Hello, hello. Looks like I am on an iPad. I am using Procreate to make the textures for the 3D models. The models themselves are built in Blender. And then what I do is I just export the texture as a PNG and I then bring it back into Blender to then save out the final bit. But this is Procreate.
Old version is 10 years into the zombie apocalypse. Oh, his hair fell off out of stress. Except the mustache. He takes care of the mustache.
Yeah. Procreate lets you import 3D models. Yeah. I export .obj files from Blender and then I just drag those in. And boom, you're ready. You gotta make sure your UVs are nice and clean though, because otherwise Procreate does not like a messy UV. Let me tell you, this was like attempt number 4 for me to get the van in here. It stopped?
soon as I moved, it stopped.
That's not... Is that concerning? Thank you both for explanations. Yeah, always. Always happy to answer questions.
Oh.
Is that diesel or electric? The car? It can be whatever you want it to be. I know nothing about cars. But I'm guessing by the look that I went, it looks like it would be like gas powered. You know.
The sound that I use is also very much gas.
Do you happen to have a YouTube video of your Blender to Procreate to engine flow? Ooh, do I cover that in like one of our devlogs?
Opa.
Oh my gosh, Falji, thank you so much for the fart.
Engine. I mean, we don't have an in-depth like tutorial or anything like that, but you check out our YouTube there. I believe, would that be on the first devlog or the second one?
We only did the two, so if it's not on the first,
one of those.
Yeah,
one of those will talk about characters and animations.
Yeah, I think I know I explained it, but I don't know if I went like really in depth on it, but I kind of said the steps. It would be nice. I could do a little tutorial someday, even if it's just like screenshots and stuff.
Gas.
Yeah, dude. Get it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Woo!
Holy crap. My heart just skipped a beat.
Thank you so much for the 100 gas.
Thank you for the 100 biddies. Oh my god. Jeebus.
We saw a oh, I think was it? I don't know. I remember we saw a TikTok about someone found a little slice of Texas here in the UK, and they showed like some mean barbecue, and I was like, immediately thought of you, Falji. Like, oof, that barbecue looked good. Need to find that place.
All right. We got doors.
Hooray!
There is one little issue with the doors.
Oh yeah.
Which is if I open them, now I have to like time it right. I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm gonna step out of the area where like the sensor for the door, and then after a while it will start to close. If I enter the area as it's closing, it will try to reopen, but it will play the open animation from the start. Let me see if I can illustrate. So I'm going to step out, and then as soon as it starts moving, there you go. So the doors weren't closed yet, but because it played the open animation, it closed, and then it started opening as though it fully closed. I was watching Jotson a while back. Shout out to Jotson, son of Jot. Working on an awesome game, The Mailroom. Check it out. Give them a follow. Give them a wish list. And they did something on the animation player, which is a setting that says... Oh no, that's not going to work here though. It was a setting that says like animate this property from wherever it is currently, instead of this arbitrary initial position. Is just use whatever value you have currently and animate it to something else. There's an option to blend animations. Yeah, there's also blending. That's true. That's also something that I've never touched, is animation blending. That could definitely also be an answer there. You can track the animation state and just figure out the direction of the animation. Yeah. If it was driven by code, it would be quite easy to do, but it's driven by an actual keyframed animation, right? So even more annoyingly, it's driven by a Bezier curve animation. This makes this even more tricky. Yeah, in its current form, I actually don't think I can fix it. If I was just animating the position with a normal track, maybe I could fix it. But because it's this curve editor, it works differently. It has a different set of options, and I don't know that I would be able to change it. So either I need to change how this animation works, or I would need to convert it to code. And just do the animation with a tween, or, you know, having like a door velocity variable that I'm managing or something. Look up if it's possible to track the current animation frame. I know that it is possible. I believe it's this setting. No, not this setting. This one. Capture. But because I'm using a curve, it works differently. So if I did it on this one, I believe it would work. Yeah, I could use capture here. Let me Google it. So, Godot animation player capture. Capture. So, animation capture mode.
For a moment, I was scared I was on Windows from the sound.
Sorry. Not bad. Frontez, we have links disabled in our chat, unfortunately, so we can't see what you posted. You could share what it is you searched for, and I could do it as well. Or you could drop it in our Discord as well, if you'd like, in our stream chat channel.
It's not like it was a function.
Oh, it was a function.
well.
It thought it was a link. It thought it was a link.
Twitch thought it was otherwise.
If you take away the dots from whatever you wrote, we can see it. So capture. If the first keyframe's time is greater than 0, the current value of the property will be remembered and will be blended with the first animation key. For example, you could use the capture mode to move a node that's located anywhere to a specific location. This is literally what we're looking for.
Right.
This is what we're looking for. The problem is this option is not available in a Bezier curve animation track, as far as I can tell. So here I could do it because I just did a cubic animation. I could just say capture and remove the initial keyframe, which won't do anything. But if I do reset, open, oh. Let's see if it works in game. Maybe it's just the editor. Yeah, but it still works. And then if I try to do the thing, so just as it starts to close, damn it, I'm too slow. It's too quick. Is it working? Looks like it's working. Yeah, it is. It is. I used a Bezier curve to give it a more natural, like it starts very slow and then it speeds up. If I did this, so I'm gonna go door left, keyframe. Oh, I can't. It won't even let me. Because I'm doing that. I don't even have a way of testing it without deleting this. I can do this. Open. Come on. Rename. Open. Bez. Then I'm gonna duplicate to open. Then I'm gonna delete this and open Bez. Open key. Then open Bez and open copy. Paste.
Oh.
Animation doesn't look that different. Oh. I'm not sure that I care. Keyframe that. Copy. Paste. Capture, capture, delete, open, capture, capture, delete. And on reset, that's working. That should fix it. It means that we slightly changed the opening animation, so it's no longer a curve. It's just, well, it's a cubic curve, which it does not look as good. You can tell the difference. You can definitely tell the difference. It is not as good. It is not as good. But does it fix the issue? It does. What if I did Godot animation Bezier curve capture mode? It doesn't even make sense though. How would you define the curve if you didn't have an initial keyframe? I don't think that doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
Bird video.
My second monitor.
I don't know. I will look at it. Look at it later. Maybe just animate the doors with code. But it's done. So now with this change, when you first go into the lab after your very first run, you would get this state where the side doors are closed. You can't go into these side rooms because there's no power. The doors don't open. This one is open, so you can get into the generator room. Can't go anywhere else. So the only thing to do is repair the generator, which plays a cutscene. Lights go on, the doors close, so now you see that the doors are working. And you are prompted to explore around here. And now they all open. Boom. Cool.
Can you approach a single door but not open it? Look. Fuck is watching me intently. I think I need to give her dinner.
Yeah.
Oh. I just want to look at so I can fix the texture. I want to see compare something. Just so you can't see that. Oh, you can see that line, but you can't see the second line. So that's good. That means that's where I can add the dark purple bit. Oh,
what?
That's fine.
What's that?
I need to add that edge that you to the doors.
On the side of them. On the part that's hidden right now.
But I just want to add it on both sides so that it doesn't matter which one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess right now they will all open in the same direction, but might as well do both sides. All right.
The body of the van is red.
Cool. So I will commit this. Doors have a lighter now, and special state when lab has no power. Boom. Goodbye, doors. And Selene has exported new van. So let's look at that. Yeah. Where am I gonna put that? I'm gonna start. I'm gonna make a dock van, dock mobile folder.
You know what I want?
Naming it commits is hard. It is.
Pop into scenes read. Added.
Where am I looking? Environment?
Yeah, props, and I think I made a dock van.
Van dock, actually.
Van dock. Dock van dock.
True player.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, True Player. Thank you so much for the 10 months. Good to see you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hope you're doing well. Having a good weekend. Wow. Doesn't that look like the most generic van?
The process. What's the process?
Good, very warm today. Sorry, I don't know if you read this, but do you plan to add hidden Steam achievement related collectibles like art pages, posters with movie reference, etc.? Or is it pointless with this camera angle?
We're definitely going to have a ton of references everywhere.
Yeah.
To like zombie media of all sorts, video games, movies, you know. We're also going to have references probably with our other games. I don't think any of those would ever be attached to Steam achievements necessarily. Like it won't be a collectible in terms of you like actually collect it and there's like a collection system. I don't think we're gonna have that.
Yeah.
But there'll be stuff around to like, you know, Easter eggs for players to find.
Like I was toying with the idea of like the name for the town. You know how we have the town sign. Instead of being like, you know, for Resident Evil you have Raccoon City. And, this could be Ferret City because the Doc's family. Also, I was just thinking, I think today, like it could be funny, like if we have like a little pharmacy or something, and like we could have like a poster ad being like, tired of having streamer brain, try this.
Yeah.
And you can't really read it, but like we know that's what the poster says. It would look like squiggles really, but Also, J-Tai, hello and welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Ferret. No, not
Ferret. Yeah. We don't know the full name of the doc, but his known name is Dr. J. Ferret.
Yeah. Which I feel like maybe should be Beaver. Actually, I think we might change it to Beaver.
Dr. J. Beaver?
Yeah.
Dr. J. Rat. Dr. Tooth.
Beaver. Yeah, like that. Dr. Beaver. J. Rabbit. No. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I like the color.
Yeah?
I think I like the color.
It is bigger than what you have, but I was doing it in scale to the car.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which you can scale down if you've scaled the car down. I think you might. It looks smaller to me, but it could just be this stream. I don't like to name things. I actually have problem remembering names. I also very much dislike naming things because it's a choice of overwhelming power. I don't like it.
It is not scaled, looks like.
Oh. It's just the angle just made it look. It was a lot smaller. You could add a projector inside the bunker and play your other games. Like an old classic movie. Well, again, yeah, we've said this before, but there's a small chance we might add a extremely simplistic version of Super Cat Cafe in
like a mini game
in an arcade in the city, perhaps. Maybe it's in the maybe pile.
Yeah. I think you would find the arcade in the city, and you would unlock it in the lab. You wouldn't be playing a game in the city with zombies coming at you, right?
Maybe.
Dr. J. Rabbit. Not bad. Not bad.
Dr. J. Buckworth. I am being blasted by the sun right now. I cannot see anything.
I'll go on my tippy toes. No, I can't block it.
Yeah, summer's coming.
It's really funny because the sun is not.
It's not actually coming.
Shining. Well, it is shining into our window, but it's not really. It is shining on a building across the courtyard, which is perfectly reflecting it into our window. Which sometimes feels good, sometimes it blinds you.
Oh my god, dude. Like, actually, I can't see. I have to be like this. Hopefully it goes away in a few minutes.
No tag. No tag yet. It will have a tag. The van. For sure. 2NN 2026. Well, the car has Mad Doc. Oh, we'll need to come up with something. Van. Yes, van. I like the color. I think the color is fine. I am concerned that the car looks very cartoony because of the top, right?
Yeah.
What you did with the top makes it very cartoony, and the van does not have that at all. And seeing it, especially next to the other car, it feels lacking, right? It feels like it's not cartoony.
Well, yeah, also because it doesn't have any of the rest of the stuff on top.
But you think the shape is fine? As is?
I don't think it can be that much different. Like, again, we can pull and push it a little bit later. But for you to be able to use the doors properly, it's gonna be a freaking nightmare for you if all of the doors are at an angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the side would be angled too.
Yeah. It would be at 3 different angles that you have to match. So I think that would be an absolute.
Yeah. Yeah. It would.
I didn't want to give you that. But
yeah, maybe it is what it is, and maybe all the stuff
the
sitting on
accessories
top
on
of
top,
it will be kind of exaggerated and funky. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that to like the boxes and things that sit on top so that they have more extreme shapes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You must write a message for this room. That's not a hat. I can't wear that on my head.
The pog hat.
What's the pog hat?
I don't know. I guess you can pick one.
Does this shield me from the sun? That kind of shields me from. There we go. Huge.
One of my coworkers set post-its in our office window in the path of the sun, and at some point upgraded the post-its to full A4 sheets. Because the sun path isn't always the same from time to time, he had to update the sheets path in the window to cover the sun rotation.
At that point, just get a screen, like.
No, that's what it says. Management didn't like that, so they got some blinds.
Oh, nice. Cooking the pizza with the sun.
Would be cool to have a reference to the Cat Cafe game, like a Cat Cafe building. You could get a cat as your pet who's walking around the lab.
Well, in our opening page of the comic, it is there, the cafe.
That's true. And it will be in the city. We have to, right?
Yeah, of course.
Even if it's just a sign on a building.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up here. So this is I call it the comic viewer. But essentially it's the cutscenes in our game look like this. It's like a slightly animated comic. And if I make it bigger, you might be able to see up here it says Cat Cafe. So we might have that in the actual map, maybe with a poster for the game. Yeah.
Taking ideas from Long Gone, Cat Pet. We're
This whole game is taken from Long Gone.
Yeah, it's just Hilford's game.
Yeah. It's like he's getting wish lists. Let's just do whatever he's doing.
Let's do what he's doing.
And yeah, we might do the Super Cat Cafe arcade. Maybe. I would love to have that, but it's of course on the maybe pile. Anything else like with the van?
I think also hopefully it's gonna look much cooler with when I actually texture it properly. And I was thinking of adding some kind of, again, trying to make some cartoony bits, some headlights on the top of it, like spotlight looking, like at the top, and like those could have kind of exaggerated shapes as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't know if you're going to want to scale it down or not.
You don't have to worry about that. Go in place.
Trident Head, Italian Bistro Skin Edition.
Huh?
What? We didn't like that you're adapting to hard situations management.
Make a cat zombie game in the arcade while playing a zombie game. A zombie game in a zombie game. Is that the twist? Like the mini game, the Super Cat Cafe mini game, you're delivering sandwiches to zombies, like the customers are zombies.
Oh my god, the customers are all zombies. Wait, I thought we wouldn't be delivering anything. You're just catching an endless thing of ingredients.
Well, you need to like reset it eventually, right?
I guess so.
To like get points. Just play it until you're done or something. I don't know.
Game within a game.
Might need to cut round shapes for the wheels to fit. Yeah, I think that's all planned. It's just not in this body, right?
No, yeah.
We can't show it to you right now because it's actually yeah, I don't have it.
No.
It's on Colleen's desktop, so I don't have it hooked up right now to show on stream. But yeah, it'll have bumpers, it'll have the wheel holes. I'm sure those have a name, but wheel holes.
Yeah.
It will also have like a rim on the side, like a 3D rim, kind of like this, that goes over the wheel and along the body. Do you have your doodle handy? Yeah, so it's the bottom right one that we're working towards. It'll have stuff on the top like crates and a satellite dish, because why not? So yeah, it'll have a lot of stuff going on. Do we get a pizza slice hat when we pre-order? That depends. When you pre-order, you'll get a questionnaire with a single question that says, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Or what, depending on the answer you get.
Depending on the answer, you'll get a hat or not. But we can't tell you the correct answer. Yeah. So there'll be loads of stuff going on with the van. Cool.
Yeah, you think I'm okay to keep working on it?
Yeah, again, my only thing that comes to mind, like I like the color, I like the... Yeah, I think it's gonna look good. The only thing that popped into my mind was, yeah, the shape. Does it feel too stiff? Was the only thing that came to mind. If we don't want to slant the roof, which I agree would make things weird, maybe we just want to exaggerate the curves that are already there. So right now, we have this, right? And maybe it just needs to be more exaggerated. It's the only thing that I can think of. But
yeah, again, if you're happy to work with those angles on the doors.
yeah, I mean, this one would be the same. It's fine. But the back one means that it would open like slightly upwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't open.
It's
It
hard
wouldn't
to
open
say.
like a normal van at all. So yeah,
It's hard
up
to say,
up
yeah.
to you if you want that.
I'm not set on it, so maybe we just keep it as is. We add the cartooniness, the personality with all the other stuff, and hopefully that's enough. Yeah. Cool. And for anyone that hasn't seen it, the idea for that van is to replace this one. Right now we're using an asset pack from Kenny. But that van will replace this one for the starting animation for the level, which looks like
Jason,
Looks like that.
hello. You have a PC hardware question, of course.
yeah. I mean, I can't guarantee that we'll have the answer, but
if-
maybe someone in chat will.
Yeah, if we can answer it, we will.
So this animation plays at the start, and then you're in. Then you're in the level, playing, exploring the city.
Yeah. Animation looks so good now. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
looking juicy.
Yeah, with the fix to the VFX and the trails, the tire tracks, it really makes a huge difference. Thank you, Tetra. I have an Intel. Oh, this is okay.
Yeah. You can answer that. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I don't see a question in there. Oh no, currently,
Trying to upgrade my GPU.
yeah. I don't think I can help with that. I don't really know. I'm not very
AMD
knowledgeable
red.
about those things.
Yeah, I don't know about those thingies.
I've also never owned an AMD card,
Yeah.
so I couldn't tell you either way.
Yeah, I think I've always had Nvidia cards. Just because that's what all the popular kids are. So I'm like, okay, if everyone's got that, then I'm sure it's fine. But I don't actually know anything.
Yeah, I think nowadays when it comes to raw performance, AMD keeps up or is even better, probably in some situations, to NVIDIA. And it's cheaper, I believe. So,
I'm sure they're a solid option, but yeah.
like which AMD card to get, that I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. GG's.
Jingas. He's calling it.
I mean, yeah, that's me done with my task for today. I've been making my own game for about 7 years now, and I'm an NVIDIA goon as well. But I need to make a budget upgrade. All the NVIDIA ones are 1K plus. Yeah, NVIDIA ones are crazy pricey. Yeah. Yeah. I've been frozen.
Okay, I mean, we can talk about this later, but here I've done a little change. Oh, he can move.
That helps.
Yeah? Well, you can...
What I mean is, you know, the doors won't be like opening straight up.
No.
So. Think it's better?
Gonna affect how...
Just gives it a little more charm. $9060 XF according to GPU, or XT according to GPU benchmark, is 50% faster than the RTX 3060. I was looking at a PC upgrade recently. I convinced myself out of it because of the ridiculous amount of money that it would cost. But I was looking at AMD as well. I believe the 9070. Yeah, I think that's the one I was looking at. Is there a reason that they're named like that? Or is it like some sort of stupid competition thing where like Nvidia called it, well, whoever, I don't know which one did it first, but like Nvidia called it 1080 and then AMD started calling it 3040. Like, it's a higher number. You should get ours. Or I wonder if there's an actual reason for them to be called that number. I have a 3070. I'm very happy with it so far. What do I have? 3080, perhaps? Where? Hate Windows 11. Where's that button to see your entire specs? It is gone. Huh. Just open this. $3080 Ti. Yeah. And I upgraded from a 1080 before that. So it was a big boost. Well, no. Not that big. Godot says... What does Godot say? Oh yeah, it's right there. It was on screen the whole time. Good spot, Lost Sheep. At some point they were calling it the 100 series, then renamed it to 1000 series, has been upgrading the thousands per generation since skip the second year. Right. But then I wonder if AMD went, damn, we need bigger numbers. And then they went, it's a 9,000. We're better. It's literally over 9,000.
Probably someone did pitch it like that.
Yeah. It's dumb. Like, you know, PlayStation 2, you have Nintendo Switch 2, and then Microsoft goes 360 is bigger, is better.
Bigger,
Wait,
better.
actually, no, it's Xbox One Series X S. Yeah, buy it, please. Very smart, very smart. That's why they get paid the big bucks. You know? That's why the executives get paid millions to come up with those names. They went to 9,000 to align the naming with the CPUs. Oh, right. They have 9,000 CPUs. They go with the GPUs. Xbox Series SSX.
Oh, I'm gonna have to read that.
My next GPU will be AMD, whatever that is, just because of Linux driver support. That's fair. I mean, honestly, unless this game makes millions, I'm pretty sure my next GPU will also be AMD. Just from a budget perspective, you know.
I'm glad I upgraded before the whole situation happened. I think I'm good for a couple years.
Makes millions. Why not both? I mean, it will definitely make millions.
Oh yeah, for sure, like no doubt.
Yeah. We're planning for that already. I ordered the yacht yesterday. Gonna go ride with Gaben. Gonna sail the seas together.
Oh my.
Gonna be magical and romantic. You can come as well, Selene, if you want.
Cool.
Lambo already in the waiting list. Ryzen 9. Oh, I see. Ryzen 9 with the 9000 GPU. Like Battlefield 1942, 2048, 4, 1. Why did they do that? It's so dumb. Why did they do that? It's like this disease. This AAA disease.
Not the AAA disease.
Because, you know, in the AAA industry, I'm sure that they keep trading people, right?
Yeah.
Like someone will quit Bethesda and they'll go work for EA, right? So that's how it gets transmitted. The naming disease just goes around and breaks their brains. Right. I'm just yapping here. I'm good to end here. If you are. I'm gonna go have some food.
Yeah.
Play some video games, enjoy our weekend.
And I'll retexture a car. That's fine.
You gonna start over because of the change?
Yeah, just start.
Damn. Well, that's why we did the test.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly that.
Worth it. Test early, test often. That's the play. That's the play. Naming for Assassin's Creed. Oh, I'm so excited for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That was another joke with the name, but I am really excited for that game. Black Flag is like one of my favorite games of all time. Might be my actual favorite game. So I'm super excited for the remake. I hope they don't mess it up. Same, yeah. You mean Windrose clone? I need to put some hours into Windrose. I've played maybe 30 minutes. And yeah, I haven't properly gotten into the fun part. So I need to put some good hours into it for sure. Let's go say hi to Red Cabin. Do that. Let's do that. I finished it already, waiting for the next update. Nice. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, Ralsor. You as well.
Thank you.
Also has some questionable choices, but I guess that is just how new game devs think. Interesting. I guess I'll find out what you mean. Thanks for the stream and chat. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We will be back on Tuesday, continuing to push for our trailer, which we want to have done by the end of this month. Time's ticking. Time's ticking.
It really do be.
But we're making good progress. We need to finish up the van. We need to do quite a bit more work into that starting area of the city, because we want to include that in the trailer. I need to do some more work on the lab. I want to get like the survivors that you rescue. I want to have them in the lab with you, right? So over time, the lab gets populated with survivors, helping you out in managing your lab. So we need to do that as well. And probably another 10,000 visual polish things. So, you know, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Until then, great to hang out, nerds. Thank you so much. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, almost messed up there. How are you doing? Hey everybody. Thank you to Nerdy Nerds. Perfect timing. No, yeah, you're good. You're good. I'm back. Or actually, I'm not back. I never went. So I will take a break here in a second, but let's say hello to everybody. Thank you guys for the follows. Cabin